And then we have application in, bags like this. See?
Okay, I see.
So it's stylish. This is the island of Papua. They have
It's
very
up here.
nice birds of paradise.
Wow.
So they put it in their batik design. So that's how versatile the design
Beautiful.
Thanks to the ambassador's explanation, we also came to know that batik's colors and patterns bear different characteristics depending on the region they're made in.
Producing one set of hanbok, it takes a really meticulous and complicated process. And I'm thinking the batik technique will be very difficult.
Yes.
Is there a way for me to
Yes.
find out a little bit more about the technique itself?
I will introduce you to Dr. Jones Tanjung.
I got curious and asked about the process of batik. Then the ambassador introduced us to a staff who apparently knows everything about the
Very
technique.
nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
So he can explain to you how
Yes.
difficult it is to.
This is the batik technique you're doing right now. That's
Exactly.
amazing.
We need to put on the wax first, the paraffin. And what we are doing right now is letters that will be forming Arirang
Oh,
in
Arirang.
honor of your visit to the
Thank you so
ambassador.
much.
Yes. And of course, we leave you one letter, which is the G that you could make. You could try on to make the...
Oh, I could.
Yes.
So I just follow the line.
You just follow the line.
Okay, I'll
It's
try.
a kawung special pattern.
Okay, I'll give it a go.
That's good.
Very nice.
My first try at batik work.
So those lines that you covered with the wax will not have color.
Okay.
So,
So
when
it
we-
prevents the
Yes.
colors from
right.
being dyed onto the fabric.
That's right.
Exactly.
It required a lot more patience than I thought.
So I know you've been working on it for quite some time now. When will we be able to see the final product?
Well, we cannot make a promise, but we'll try our best. I think before you end the interview, you'll see the final product.
Really?
Yes.
That
Because,
soon?
yes, because this is a letter of Arirang, and ambassador has asked us to present this to commemorate special day.
Oh, okay, thank
Thank
you. I
you.
hope I didn't ruin anything.
No, very
it
nice.
does seem ruined a bit, but
No, it's okay. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. It's very amazing. The whole collection is owned by your wife.
No, this is only a few of the, not everything.
Oh, so this is not even everything.
No, she
That's
has
amazing.
even more.
As I learned more about batik, I began to wonder how much the items made with this beautiful technique have penetrated into people's daily lives in Indonesia.
How often is batik worn by the people in daily lives?
Right now, it's every day. And batik is very special for Indonesians, especially in the island of Java, because practically batik cloth follows your life. So when you are born as a baby, you would be wrapped in a batik cloth. When you die, your body will be wrapped in a batik cloth. So batik follows your life.
So it's a lifelong
Yes.
kind of process
Yes.
with batik.
That's why, in so many families, they have like a family heirloom batik cloth already from generation to generation.
Was there any special moment when batik became a daily outfit in Indonesia?
Yes, I think batik started in the palace, but then when back in 1950s, after our independence, I think our first president, Sukarno, wanted to have batik more popular. So he wanted that anybody can afford to wear this beautiful cultural item. And also batik, of course, started in Java, in the island of Java. So President Sukarno also wanted batik to be Indonesia, so other islands also can produce batik cloth with their own design language.
Do you feel like batik has gained enough attention in the international market? I'm only asking because for hanbok there was a moment when hanbok designer Lee Young-hee, she showcased her work at a fashion show in Paris in 1993, I think. And it helped that BTS wore hanbok and Blackpink wore hanbok. So did batik also have that opportunity to be shown to the international community?
Yes, many times. Paris Fashion Week, or in Los Angeles or New York, or here in Seoul Fashion Week, we always have batik designers to show their creations. But also, I remember very well, back in 1994, there was this APEC summit in Bogor, the city of Bogor, nearby Jakarta. And one friend of our family, his name was Iwan Tirta, he was asked by our president at the time to create batik for each head of state.
Oh, wow.
So that picture of these APEC leaders wearing different design of batik.
Oh, that must have been something new.
Yeah, that's something I remember as a young diplomat until today. So that's why I really enjoy wearing batik, but at the same time also promoting batik wherever I go.
In 2010, the Indonesian government designated October 2nd as Batik Day. And now Indonesia is making a lot of effort to promote batik. In 1994, batik gained global recognition when all the state leaders of APEC wore it at their summit held in Indonesia. In 2017, when President Moon Jae-in visited Indonesia, he also received a batik shirt as a gift from President Joko Widodo. Now, batik can be seen at all types of global events. It appeared at the Korea ASEAN Fashion Week held in Seoul in 2019, as well as at the New York and Paris Fashion Weeks later that year. In recent years, many high-end brands have produced their own batik designs, making it ever more popular in the global fashion industry. Thanks to productive effort over a long period of time, batik has now been firmly established as a symbol of pride for Indonesia.
And I was told that you recently held an event here in Korea, something to do with batik, right?
Yes, last December we experimented actually for the first time with an event through social media. So basically, we tried to sell batik through social media.
Online.
Online, where you can show batik from a company in Indonesia. They will show some collection, and then people following live event can buy. Somehow we got quite a big number at the time, and then in Indonesia there was this institution that gave out like a record. It's like the record museum, something like that. So apparently we got this award. So we broke a record.
Oh.
It's a big number, so I don't want to.
That's a big achievement. I mean, you don't have to state the numbers, of course, but still, I can sense that it was, you know, so, if you broke the record,
yeah,
that just, I think, says it all.
Record-breaking number. So
yeah,
we were very happy.
Over the years, the Embassy of Indonesia in South Korea has been raising awareness of batik among Koreans through exhibitions, fashion shows, and hands-on experiences where people can make their own batik designs. And last November, the Indonesian Embassy held a batik showcase with the theme of Buy Batik, Wear the Art and Respect the Artist. The purpose of the event was not only to promote batik in Korea, but also to help batik SMEs in Indonesia in the tough times of COVID-19. Many famous batik designers participated in this event through online seminars as well as sales events. The event was a huge success, with around 6,500 Korean people taking part. This was a great opportunity for the Embassy of Indonesia, not only to promote its own batik industry, but also to raise awareness of batik in Korea.
I have Dr. Jones Tanjung that you met earlier. He's here since last November, especially to work on creative industry cooperation between Indonesia and Korea. And I think batik and hanbok will be one of the first creative endeavors that we will try to make. Dr. Jones will be happy to work with different Korean designers and hanbok makers, just to see if we can merge the design language of batik and design language of hanbok into something I believe will be very, very beautiful. What we want to achieve is, intercultural dialogue in a very real terms, in a very practical terms, that you can get something beautiful, but at the same time, hopefully, have some, commercial values.
So there will be some joint projects happening this year.
Yes.
Why do you think it's important to preserve the beauty of traditions and carry them on? Why is it important for us?
It's about root. Cultural items are the easiest way to find your roots. And I think batik is perfect. I call it wearable art because basically it's an art. So wherever I live, in Seoul, in Los Angeles, with my batik clothes around, it feels like home.
Right. I think that's the perfect phrase that you've put in describing batik, wearable art.
That's a good one, wearable arts.
Thank you very much, Ambassador, for setting up this beautiful mini gallery. I was very impressed, and it was the first time for me to learn about batik, so thank you so much.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy this small exhibition.
I think it was all the more special because it was in time for the Lunar New Year holiday.
Thank you.
새해 복 많이 받으세요.
Selamat Tahun Baru.
감사합니다.
Terima kasih.
So you have to visit Indonesia one day.
This is the first patch of work.
This is the first patch of work.
This time is also very special because we really want to introduce batik to the Korean audience and also from other countries. So hope you enjoy this production.